Have you ever wondered why your hair just won't grow past shoulder length, even when you feel like you've been doing everything right? If you have type 4 hair and are regularly doing wash and goes, this may be the reason. And I know what you're thinking. Don't you have a wash and go in your hair right now? Um, yes, but the difference is I've accepted the trade-off. When I wear my hair out like this, I know I'm not going to see that much length retention, but I just really enjoy wearing my hair out. That being said, if you've seen my wash day routine, you know it's more of a wash and stretch deal, which is a big difference for type 4 hair, and I'll explain why later. So the wash and go style, yes, it's a style. You're manipulating your hair to get it to look a certain way. This style was originally created by and marketed for type 3 curl. Type 3 and type 4 curls are completely different textures and need completely different routines. The benefits of wash and go, specifically minimal breakage and healthy defined curls, mostly applies to looser curls. With tighter coils, like mine, wearing your hair in its natural state, you'll see more fairy knots and breakage. That's because type 4 hair coils on itself, making fairy knots and other tangles more like. That's why stretching your hair for wash and go is better for coily hair, because your ends aren't in their natural coils, which will cause tangling and breakage. Also, I don't know why we call them wash and goes, because if you have type 4 hair, you know that nothing about that process is washing and going. It's your pre-shower routine: washing, detangling, deep conditioning, oiling, whatever you do for a couple hours, and then drying for the rest of the day. And defining each curl, please. This system was not made for our hair. For type 4 curl and coils, it takes hours and increased hair loss to define each coil. For a lot of us with type 4 hair, it takes hours and repeated combing through the same section of hair to try and get curl definition. At some point, you have to ask yourself if the time and energy spent trying to get curl definition is worth it, or even beneficial to your hair goals. For me, I do a combination of a twist out and a braid out. I'm still trying to put a name to it, so if you have any suggestions, leave them below. But this just works way better for me because it simplifies my wash day routine. It stretches out my texture, so it leads to less tangles and breakage. It's just way more productive than trying to force curl definition and getting stressed out when my curls aren't being defined. I'm not saying that wash and goes are the same level of damaging as relaxer or tight protective styles, because there aren't. But if you've been doing wash and goes regularly and you're not seeing any growth, this could be why. If your goal is length retention and you have type 4 hair, I would suggest protective styles with a good takedown routine. Check out my video on that. Or stretching your hair when you wash it. As I said, when it's stretched, it tangles less at the bottom, and stretching your hair just makes it way less stressful. I don't have 4C hair, so I won't speak for that experience, but even with my loose type 4 hair, I know that I'll never consistently do wash and goes where I'm trying to define my curl if I want to grow my hair. Been wondering why your hair won't grow past a certain point and all you've been doing is wash and goes. That might be what's holding you back. But if you like what I have to say, stick around. Follow me to enroll in Length Retention University, where I post curly hair content all the time. Let's grow our hair together. Bye!